Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right. Now it's saying my screen sharing is paused. Let's see. Resume the share. Can you see that now?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So today's group coaching, we're talking about newsletters. Newsletters can be a great tool for your business. They can be used for a lot of different things. They can be used not only just for marketing, but they can let others know about what's going on with your business. If you have a blog, they can kind of be repurposed for your blog. You can repurpose the information. Still saying this is... Anyways, we're going to go ahead. It's still saying my screen is paused, so I guess we'll see what happens when I go to the next slide. But newsletters are a great way to connect with those that are on your list. So let's just jump right into it. So can you see the next slide that says what we will cover?
No.
No?
Right, I'm seeing it now.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about the types of software that you can use. There's MadMimi, MailChimp, and there's also some different apps through Gmail that you can use. We're going to talk about sign-up forms. There's Google Forms, which is basically, it's free and it's unlimited. Then you can use those software forms that we talked about before, the MadMimi, the MailChimp. Also, we're going to talk about the newsletter design, how to actually design a newsletter, how to curate content to put in that newsletter, how to create the graphics that go along with that newsletter. And then we're going to talk about promotion as well, how to get people to sign up for your newsletter through social media, through your blog, through pop-ups, all the different ways that you can get people on your list. And then we're going to talk about integrations, how you can integrate these software things into your blog, into your social media. So how you can get those sign-up forms from MadMimi, MailChimp, Gmail onto your blog or onto your social media sites. So first we're going to talk about the types of software. And the first one we're going to talk about is MadMimi. Do you see that slide?
I think I'm hearing about MadMimi.
You're seeing them?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get onto the MadMimi site so that you can see exactly how MadMimi works, because I actually started with MadMimi for my business, and then I moved to MailChimp just because I find it a lot more user-friendly than MadMimi. MadMimi is very basic, and there's not a lot of, you can customize it, but it's basically one layout, where MailChimp, you can do a lot more with it. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here.
Kind of moving like it's slow and already it's taking long to come up. MadMimi.
So here it's bringing up my dashboard, and it will, you'll be able to see a little bit better here. I'm going to stretch this out. So you can tell I have not used this system for quite a while, because I switched to the MailChimp. So when I first started using it, though, this is your dashboard. So this is where you're going to see all of the stats on each of the newsletters that you send out. So each time you create a new newsletter, you're going to see each of the stats here. So it's going to tell you how many are sent, how many have been accepted, how many were viewed, how many actually engaged, and by engaged it means how many people clicked. And then it's also going to tell you how many bounced, which bounced means that email didn't work, so it didn't actually go through. And then it's going to tell you how many signups that you had through that newsletter, and then how many people marked it as spam. And of course our goal there is to keep it at 0. So if I were to create a newsletter through MadMimi, I would go up here and hit compose. For some reason, my computer is taking forever this morning, and I have closed out all the other windows, so that's what's going on. Okay, so over here, then you can add like your images. You can click to add a banner. So if I were to add a banner, I already have some images over here in the side part. So all I would do is I would grab that and just simply drag it You can add a link to each of those. This is an old banner that I had with a previous logo. Since I changed my branding, I switched my logo up, so I don't have that one anymore. And then each of these you can customize and then add. If you click down here at the bottom, it has, let me scroll down here, it has image and text, and you can choose which side you want that image to be on and which side you want the text. You can choose if you just want text, just a picture, a headline, maybe you want a sign up button or a button that links to your website or your Facebook page, however you want that. And then you can also put a divider line in there. And then you would just hit continue. Once you have your newsletter created in MadMimi. And of course I didn't actually put anything in there, but then you can choose on this section to choose who you want to send it to. So you can send it to everybody on your list. You can send it to just the newsletter. You can send it to those who have signed up for, different lists. You can have several different lists on here. So whatever you're sending out, that's what, you would choose. You could choose to include them or you can choose to exclude them. So if say this person that's on this list, you could choose to exclude them from sending. Okay. So you would just hit include and then continue, and it's going to send it. Now, since I don't have anything in here, I don't want to send this. And up here, it has a lot of different options. You can choose to put triggers in. So when a list triggers something, say someone signs up, then you can have it, you can choose to send them an automatic email welcoming them to your list. And you would set that up through right here. You would click on that button that says new trigger, and then you would just put in the information. Okay. Another idea is to do drips, and what that means is that it slowly puts out, you can choose to send a series of emails over several days. So if you have a challenge going on, you could choose to send your list a certain email for so many days, or place it out several days different from each other. And you would just hit new drip campaign, and then you would name it and put in how many days that you want to send it, the gap of time between those days. And then you would choose whether you want to send it on the weekend, when you want to send it, send the first promotion, like if you want to send that immediately after your user signs up, you can do that. So that's a drip campaign. And then you have up here, you have your web forms. And you can design a web form, and what a web form is that's basically just your sign up. And we're actually going to talk a little bit more about that a little later in the presentation today. So that is pretty much MadMimi. Very simple. You can add different things. You can go pro, which means it would be a paid account. This account is a free account. So that's basically what you can do with a free account. And I believe it does limit the amount of signups you can have, just like MailChimp does.
Well, I opened up a MailChimp. account. Um, I have like so far 19 subscribers.
Okay.
It was 20. I just sent out to some of the people on my email, my Gmail email. I want to get like some people from my Yahoo, but I'll have to manually add them, right?
Right.
Uh, Two of the people that I had added, um, they had unsubscribed because they, no, well, actually, three of them had unsubscribed because one, I subscribed to her page and she unsubscribed from me. I got like little emails from her page and her business and stuff. So I was thinking about unsubscribing from her since she unsubscribed from me, but I said no because I could still get information from her.
Right.
And the other two, they were from they're on Facebook, I think. I'm not sure. They both of them are partners in a they have a page, they have a business. So they both of them unsubscribed. Oh. Well, everybody else, but I'm thinking of like sending for now, um, to send like two two newsletters a week, or at least once a month, once a week, one a week, or two a week, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to do up my schedule in a way because I kind of got more stuff on my plate because yesterday I signed on with $99 social.
Okay.
So I had the interview yesterday and I started them from like after I send all my documents between now and this weekend, um, and do my little training because the training is 8 hours, but I get to do it at my own pace. So you get 5 days to do it. Um, I will get my 3 accounts to work with. They gave you 10 accounts, but they start you off with three to see how you could work with the three. And if you want more accounts, you could take more accounts. So I have to kind of schedule how to. I sent my first newsletter last week, and that's how I realized who subscribe and what because I talked about social media marketing.
Okay.
It's just for me to get my own content. I don't want to use content from online. I want to use my own content, like what to say about it and stuff like that. And
Right. And we're going to talk about content here in just a few minutes. Another thing I wanted to note is be careful about adding people to your list if they did not sign up.
how do you get them
Because
to sign up for this?
what's that?
How do you get them to sign up?
We will talk about that under the promotion part.
Okay.
But the reason for being careful about that is because they'll mark it as spam and your emails will get blocked and then they're automatically going to go to people's spam inbox and then people won't get your emails.
Okay.
So you want to be careful about just adding people to your list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next system that we're going to talk about is MailChimp. I know that this is a very, very, very popular one.
Yeah, I like MailChimp.
And I'm going to show you actually my back office of mine. So here is the dashboard for my MailChimp. It will tell you how many subscribers that you have for each of the lists that you have or each of the emails that you've sent out. This is basically the last email that I sent. And it will tell you how many people opened that email, how many people clicked that email, and then your average. And it will also compare the industry average. So whatever industry average there is, it will compare you with that. So I'm just a little bit above that, which is good. Now, as far as clicks go, I'm a little bit under. So, and that's fine, but you do want to kind of up those clicks, you know, get those to go up. All right. Whoops. Okay, so then this down here is going to show your growth. So it's going to show you month by month how many people subscribe to your list. Then you can click, this is actually people that subscribed themselves. Now, if you imported people to your list, you can see that as well. So you can put, you know, here I did that because I changed, I believe I was still in the process of changing my site over, and realized that a bunch of mine had not transferred. So I went ahead and transferred them. You can also see who was already on your list, and then how many people, you know, were imported that month. So you can see by the graphs here how many, the difference between each of those things. And then down here, you're going to see your top 5. So you're going to see the top 5 campaigns that you have, how many people opened them, and what the percentage is underneath of that. You can see campaign clicks, and I'm not sure why it keeps jumping back up there, but see that the weekly news update for July 21st, there it had 4 clicks. So the one that had the least was the Career Beyond Blog Summit, which was back in June. It only had 1 click. So then you can also take a look at what links are getting the most clicks within your emails. That way you know what's grabbing your audience's attention. So right here, it's my scheduling link. And then, you know, if you can't remember exactly what that link is, you can click on it and find out. You can look at your Google Analytics if you have Google Analytics connected to your MailChimp. Then you can also go down here and see Chimp Chatter, and you can see who unsubscribed. You can see I did have a few that unsubscribed.
I'm only seeing your campaign open. That's all I'm seeing.
Can you see now?
No. Right. I'm seeing 1 new subscriber, 2 free ebooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we are now. And that is the area where, can you see scrolling at all?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 1 unsubscribed newsletter subscription.
Right. So you can see there where people unsubscribed and then people subscribe to it. It's going to happen. You know, I do it because I just get overwhelmed with what's in my inbox. So I will unsubscribe at times from things. So
I do it too. Sometimes I might even open it. I would just
delete it. Yeah. And it totally happens. And I think people know that. And, you know, your headline has a lot to do with whether people open that email. You want to make sure that your headline has something in it that's going to grab people's attention and make them want to open that email. So now here we're going to look at templates. I created a monthly newsletter template so that I have it and can use it monthly or weekly. I believe that I've been doing mine weekly instead of monthly. But you can see there And then you can see my lists as soon as that comes up here. You can see all the different lists, and you can create a lot of different lists within this. With a free account, I believe that you can have up to 500 subscribers. And that,
No, they say with you could have up to 2,000.
oh really? Okay.
Mhm. It's I think it's, I can't remember which one it was, 500 subscribers. Which one of the was up to 500, but this with MailChimp is up to 2,000.
Okay. I think mine is up to 500 because I believe that it's a paid, because I wanted the automation portion of
Oh,
it, and I couldn't get it without being a paid subscriber. So on the back end here of MailChimp, you can see where you can add people. You can see the stats of that, so you can click there. Then, let's see, you can see, oops, it made that go away. You can see all of the different the sign-up forms, manage subscribers, import, exports, all of those different things there. So the next thing we're going to look at is automation within MailChimp. And automation is an awesome tool to use, especially if you do anything like challenges, or you can even send out an automated message when people subscribe to your list, welcoming them to your list. As you can see, I have a welcome to our newsletter list going on there. And then I have this newsletter free ebook. So when people sign up to the free ebook, this automatically gets sent out to them. And it has the link to download that free ebook in it. I have the Dreams to Realities Business Challenge. And that's a series of automated messages. I'm going to go ahead and go in that because it's got 9 different emails in it. So I wanted to show you how that works. So this is the back part of the automation for that. So you're up here, you're going to have your trigger, which tells them exactly when to send this email. Then you're going to have the next day, you're going to be able to tell them when you want the next email sent out. You can go over here and click pause or edit. Let me get this back up here. You can click pause and edit, so that will allow you to actually edit that email. And you can have a series of all kinds of different emails to go out. Excuse me. My allergies are awful right now. And you can click here and you can replicate. You can replicate each of these emails so that you don't have to keep creating emails each time. So if I wanted to add an email to this, I would just click the add email button. And at the bottom here, it would come up with an automation email number 10. So I could click the edit trigger button, and it would allow me to edit whatever trigger is in there. So I can choose to send it after a previous subscriber has been sent the last email in the series. And I can delay it so many hours or days or weeks. Down there, you'll see the delay here. And then you would just click the update trigger button up in the right hand corner. So then it would take us back to this, and you can schedule it to choose what days to send it. You can choose a segment of your list to send it to, meaning that maybe it's not everybody on that list, it's just a few. You can edit the actions, meaning that like they would have to click on links or whatever within that email. So we're going to go ahead into design email so I can show you how MailChimp's email designer works. And this is actually covering a few other steps within our presentation. Kind of the graphic part of it. So now we're on the screen that has email information. Can you see that?
I see that. I'm seeing it.
Okay. So you would name your email. This is just something that you would see. For now, I'm just going to leave it what is on there, the automation email number 10. Then you're going to put your email subject in there. And you want to make sure that you write something that's going to grab people's attention. Within MailChimp, it has this little link here at the bottom that says, how do I write a good subject line? And you can click on that. And it will bring up this menu. And you can choose different options. So you can write in one term or phrase per line, or 3 terms per phrase. So basically like keywords. So I can put okay, so it didn't find any results for this phrase. We'll try this one and see what happens. Nope, nothing for that one either. So you can use that tool to kind of research your subject lines. Then you can also use the next tool that says recent subject line performance to look at the recent subject lines that you have already used to see how they've performed, how well it's grabbed your audience's attention, how many times that they've opened that, the percentage of times that they've opened it. So we're just going to put So I just put that in there. And then it's going to ask you for the from name and from email address. And then you want to hit next. So then it's going to take you to a screen where you're going to be able to choose a template for your email. And you can choose from several different types. You can choose different themes. This is just a basic here on the first screen. Let's see. So these are just all basic. You can choose from those, all of these different options. That are on here. Then you can click the next option here at the top that says, beside the basic, it'll say themes. And it'll bring up a bunch of different themes that they already have pre-programmed in there for you. So you can select from those themes as well to choose for your campaign. You can choose to use a template that you've already designed. You can choose from campaigns that you've already sent. So, or you can code your own if you're into doing HTML coding, any kind of thing like that, you can code your own. So for now, I'm just going to choose kind of a basic. And then it's going to bring up the designer. Do you have any questions so far?
No, just looking. I just went to find out like how to instead of just sending out the newsletter, how to invite people to subscribe.
You're wondering how to get people to subscribe?
Without actually sending the people on his list an email and they didn't know about it and they unsubscribe from it now. So how to send an email or send them a sign-up form to subscribe.
Right. So this is where you're going to design your email. We will go over that portion of it here. I'll jump to that. You'll want to make sure that you put in like a little snippet in here to kind of give an idea of what your email is about. You can put your graphic in the top part here for your headline, and you can actually design that in Canva if you don't have like Adobe software or anything like that. And then down here at the bottom is a great place to put your social media links. You can put your Twitter right in there. You can put your Facebook page right in there. You can put your website right in there. This is all editable. So just because it has MailChimp in there does not mean that you have to use that. You can take that out and put any website link that you want to put in there. You can add a service, so I can add my email link to that. I could add an RSS feed to that. I could add Pinterest to that if I wanted to. Any of those social media links. So then down here at the bottom, it's going to have kind of an area where you can put disclaimers. So if you're using affiliate links in your email, you want to make sure that you disclose that. That's part of the affiliate, usually part of an affiliate program. You have to disclose that you're using affiliate links and let your subscribers know that, you know, it's not any extra cost to them. It's just that the company is paying you a small fee to help them advertise. You can, you want to always include that the people can change how they receive the emails, so they can update their preferences or unsubscribe from the list. So that's basically how to design an email in MailChimp.
MailChimp pretty easy. When I had first signed up, I went on YouTube, and I was following the girl on YouTube.
Yes, and there are many, that is one way to find out, you know, how to design things is, YouTube is a great teaching tool, and I would highly recommend that.
So I find MailChimp is pretty easy, you know. I said when I do decide to move from MailChimp, I want to go Infusionsoft.
Okay.
You know, but I'll stick with MailChimp for now.
Yeah, Infusionsoft is more of a higher end, I think. I know that a lot of coaches use Infusionsoft. I personally do not. I use MailChimp. Infusionsoft, it's kind of costly as well. So kind of to keep costs down, I've used MailChimp, but Infusionsoft has a lot of different options as well. So the next one I was going to talk about was Gmail. You can actually create newsletters within Gmail. The Google Apps for Work, if you use that portion of it, you can actually put use your domain name and put, you know, your last name, first initial, however you want to do your email. If you want to do info at, for instance, one of mine is info@womanbossmag.com. So, and it's under Google Apps for Work. So it just kind of gives it a professional feel, but I like the feel of Gmail. So, and plus it's really easy to connect to my tablet or to my phone. So that's one reason why I use it. But there are so many different apps that connect to Gmail, such as Flash Issue. That is a great one to connect. You can find that in the Chrome store. And then you can also just create one right within your Gmail, right within your email system. So you don't even have to use any other software. And then you could use Google Forms for sign up. So now we're going to talk about sign up forms, and we will talk about promotion along with this. So the first one we're going to talk about is Google Forms. Google Forms would allow you to have unlimited subscribers. A lot of the softwares that are out there, once you get to a certain amount of subscribers, then you have to pay, which is fine. You know, that's how they make their money. With Google, you can have unlimited. It sends it to a spreadsheet so that you can keep everything straight. I do use Google Forms quite a bit for a lot of different signups. If you'll notice, even my group coaching sign-up forms are done on Google Forms. I have integrated Google Forms into my Woman Boss magazine site as well. And I'm going to share with you. This is my some of the forms that I have created on Google Forms, and you can customize these. You can customize the colors. You can customize the header image, so you can, make it fit your branding. And then when you go, you could choose out of any of these, or you can hit the more button, and it has a lot of different ones. You could choose to make surveys out of these, which is great for sending out. And you can actually integrate these.
These are in Google?
Yes.
Seriously? Because you won't believe, I've seen some of these forms like where people sign for applications, like if you're for work and things, like when I go on different groups. I had a lady who was she was looking for a new VA and she wanted people to sign up. And I saw it, so I was like, where she get this form? But as you're showing me these forms, I will go into Google Forms today after this whole presentation today, and I'm going to use Google Forms.
I just typed the address, the web address in where you can find these. It's just basically forms.google.com, and it saves it directly to your Google Drive. All right, so you can do all of that, and then I'm just going to hit a blank form just so that you can kind of get an idea of how this works. This is kind of how it's going to come up. It's just a blank form. You can title it. We're just going to put in test form for right now. You want to make sure that you go up in the corner and name it. Once you click that, whatever you've titled down in the actual title part, it'll pop up in that top part. You can choose to put many different add-ons into Google Forms. So you can choose to send the responses to a PDF if you want to, however you want to do that. You can add, over here on the side, you can add a lot of different you can add text, you can add an image, you can add a video, you can add a section to it, you can add a new question to it, however you want to do that. And then you would just type your question title right in there. You can choose the type of question that you want to have in there. So if you want just short answer text, you would choose the short answer. So if you're just wanting to put in someone's first name, you want them to put their first name in there, you would just type that. And it would be the same for an email. If you want someone to put their email in there, you would just choose short answer, and then they can put their email. Now for the responses portion of it, on your end, you'll be able to see this part. Those who are responding to it will not be able to. You could choose to allow them to if you want, but I don't recommend it because then, they're getting other people's information. Another good thing about this is you can choose to get email notifications for each new response. and that's going to send it directly to your email each time someone responds to this form, fills it out, and submits it. So you know when someone, when you need to do something, when you need to, say you need to add it as an appointment, you can do that. That's how, like when I do my group coaching forms, I actually, each time I get an email, then I will go into my scheduler, put it in there, and then it schedules it and automatically sends people that email so that they know where and when, what time they need to be where. You can also select where you want to send those responses. You can download the responses as a CSV file, which is great for if you are using like your MailChimp. You can use this as a sign up form for MailChimp, and then download the responses and upload them into MailChimp if you want to do it that way. I wouldn't recommend doing that simply because there's already a sign up form that you can use with MailChimp, and it's just easier. You don't have to switch around. Now with this, you can create a spreadsheet. I'm not going to because this is just a test form, but what you would do is you would click this green button here that has like a little plus sign, cross looking thing on it, and that's going to create a spreadsheet with all of your responses on it. That way, if you want to just go in and see the responses without even looking at the form, you can do that. And then you can actually copy and paste people's emails directly from there, and put them right into, if you're using Gmail to email people, you can do that. So, and you can choose whether you want to continue to accept responses. So if it's something that's, time sensitive and you only want to accept responses up to a certain point, then you can shut off that notification. So if it's already on automation going out on social media and you haven't had a chance to stop that, then you can just choose to turn off the responses. And it won't accept responses to that form anymore. Any questions about Google Forms?
No questions.
No
I
questions.
just didn't know that is where they got the forms from.
Okay.
And that some of them were already pre-done.
Yes.
Yeah, and with a design and everything like that. Because I always thought that they had designed their forms like that and stuff like that. So I will be going to Google Forms, and I'll be using Google Forms.
All right. One more thing I wanted to show you about Google Forms. When you actually get it ready to send out, you can choose several different ways to do that. You would hit the little send button up here at the top. There's a, this top bar is purple, and then there's a white send button there at the top. You'll click that send button, and it's going to bring up this screen where it says send form. You can choose to send it, you can share it directly over Facebook, you can share it over Twitter, you can even share it through Google Plus if you want. You can share it directly through email. You can get the link. You can even shorten that URL, because I know that that's a long URL, so you can just click the button that says shorten URL and shorten it. If you wanted to embed this into your website, which you can do, I think basically on any website that accepts HTML code, you would click the button that has the greater than or less than signs, and it's going to bring up this screen where it says embed HTML. and you would copy and paste that code into your HTML area on your website, which then
Well, I just bought my domain name with WordPress.
okay.
Right? Finally bought it. But I wanted to get, like how you get your email address, like Denisha at virtualpaserviceslimited.com.
Right.
Well, I had to purchase that separate. That was like $5 a month.
Okay.
But I didn't purchase it then because I only had like from one of my first when I got paid to do a job, like just 20 US. So that's like one something TT. So I decided that I would just purchase the domain, and when I accumulate some more money, then I would purchase. But one of my other coaches was telling me that how she could she can get it for me at a lesser price, because she was showing me where you can Google the coupons to get it.
Right.
So that's the next step, because when I was signed up to MailChimp, they don't use like Google or gmail.com. They can use it, but they say it's better to have your own at
Right.
virtual.com, at a .com. So that's my next step there, to actually get my email. I thought you would have gotten it free. Like with some of those websites where you bill, you actually get for like 2 emails or something like that. Because I want to kind of move my WordPress to some other domain.
Okay. So whatever site that you use, you can embed this HTML into it and have your Google form right there, which I think is awesome. And I have done this, especially with my Woman Boss magazine site that is launching this month. I have used Google Forms on there and actually embedded them into the site itself. And you can change how big it is. You can make it smaller, make it bigger, however you want to do it. So that is basically Google Forms.
I like Google Forms.
Yes.
I would use Google Forms.
Google has so many different things on it. It's amazing how much you can get and how much you can do with Google.
Yes.
That's free. There's so many. I mean, you can create a website with Google.
Yes.
There is. Let me see here. There is sites.google.com will allow you to create a website, actually. And they have a bunch of different templates. So the next sign-up form that we're going to talk about is MadMimi. And we kind of already went over this a tiny bit. This is a web form that I already created with MadMimi. And I think we're getting to the end of our time here, so we may not get through all of this. But I just wanted to show you how the MadMimi forms look, and that you can embed them as well. Most of these email marketing tools have an embed form that you can use on your site. I know that WordPress actually has a plugin that you can use with MailChimp. I'm not sure if I think they do have one for MadMimi too, but it's not as well known because MadMimi isn't as, it's a GoDaddy company. So it's not as widely used as MailChimp, I think. So here is the form that I created in MadMimi. You can choose to have what list they want to be subscribed to. That way you can put it all on one form instead of having several different forms for them to subscribe to. Now, if you wanted to embed, you would just go to the top and hit embed. There's a little like download button that says embed. And here's the code that you would just copy and paste. This is the styled embed. There's a plain embed that you can use, and there's also a side tab embed. You can make it a sign up form pop-up that automatically comes up after a certain amount of time. You can choose how many seconds that is. So that is basically the MadMimi sign up form. Now, with MailChimp, I've got to get out of this. And I know that you've already been through the MailChimp, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So it's taking me back to my lists now. Don't think that, let's see. All right, so when you go in here, you can see all of your lists. You're going to go over to this little down arrow, and it's going to bring up a menu and it'll have sign up forms right in it. You'll click sign up forms, and it's going to take you to this menu where you can choose what type of form that you want. You can choose form integrations, a subscriber pop-up that can be embedded on any site. You can choose embedded forms where you would embed them directly into your blog or onto a page on your blog. You can design just general forms where you have just a regular link to send out. So if I select my general forms, then it's going to take me to this page where I can, I have the sign up URL, and I can share that via Facebook or Twitter. And then I can design my form however I want to do that. I can add fields, whatever I want to do there. I can design it so I can change the colors, change kind of the body of it, different things there, and translate it. There's some different options that you can use. Basically, you can choose what you want certain buttons to say. Like if you don't want to use subscribe to this list on this little gray button, you can choose, you can type in up here what you want that button to say. You might want to say sign me up, or yes, I'm in. Whatever you want to use on that button, you can type that in here. So that is basically MailChimp sign-up forms. you can let the subscribers pick from an email format, whether they want plain text or HTML. I don't do that because most people do get HTML anyways. If they have like Gmail or something like that, then they usually get HTML emails anyhow. So I don't really do that too much. So that is the MailChimp portion. Now our content curation, I'm just going to talk about this a little bit. I'm not actually going to go into sites here. You can use things from all across the web. You find an article somewhere, you can include it in your newsletter if you'd like. As long as you're giving that person credit and not making it look like it came directly from you. If you follow different blogs and you find something that you think is very, very useful and would apply to your target market, you can use that. Use YouTube videos. Find motivational videos, find how-to videos on YouTube, but always make sure that you're linking back to the people that actually created those videos. And if you would rather, you can create the videos yourself and put them into your newsletter. It's a great way to get yourself out there in front of your subscribers. You can also repurpose content from your own blog because it's kind of a known statistic that whoever is reading your blog is not also reading your newsletter. Those that are reading your newsletter don't always read your blog. So you can actually repurpose the content from your blog and put it into your newsletter. So you're not having to actually come up with a bunch of different content each month or each week. However often you're sending out your newsletter, you can just repurpose that content from your blog. You can also use social media. Go find pages on Facebook that would apply to your target market. The key here is keeping everything within your target market, those that you would want to be working with. That's part of the key there. So graphics, designing your graphics for putting into your newsletter. There are several different free graphic designing softwares out there. Canva is one that is huge. I use it. I actually have the paid version so that I can save logos, save branding colors to that for clients, for myself. However, so that I can keep my branding consistent and keep their branding consistent as well.
I use Canva as well.
Okay. Another one is PicMonkey, and it is actually only like $5 a month, so it's not real super expensive. And it you can resize graphics, because I know sometimes when you're uploading a graphic to a blog, if it's too large, it won't allow you to do that. And the same thing with newsletters. If your graphics are too big, it's going to take forever to load your newsletter, and you don't want that. So make sure to optimize your graphics. Most computers come installed with a program called Paint, and you can actually resize graphics within that program, and I've used that several different times. GIMP is a download that you can get that is free, that you can use to design graphics as well. Stock photos, my go-to website is pixabay.com. I love their graphics. They're really, really good. Another one is freeimages.com. You can also find a lot of different blogs that will have a list of places you can go to find free stock photos to create graphics for use within newsletters as well as within blogs. So now we're going to get to the promotion part. And I know that that's been something that we've been wanting to get to. So here it is. So here are some ways that you can promote signups for your newsletter. Make sure that you have a pop-up on your website. So when people are going to your website, it's going to come up in front of them. If you have a WordPress site, use sumome.com. I will type that in the chat so that you can see, so that you know that. That is a plugin. So if you go into the option on your back office on WordPress, it will be there. And it is really, really helpful. You can use that for pop-ups and also for social media sharing is another way that you can do that. And then you can also use those ways that I taught you within MadMimi, MailChimp, and Google Forms to embed forms within your website using HTML. Signups on your social media. I'm not sure if you knew this, but if you have a fan page on Facebook, there is a button that you can install that says sign up. Use that button. You can use the link to your MadMimi sign up form, this URL right here. You're going to use that on your sign up page. So if you go to, I'm probably not going to be able to get Facebook up because it's going to take up too much space on my computer, and I don't want the presentation to crash. So, but you can do that. You can do that with pretty much any link. So if you're using Google Forms, use your Google Forms link. And then when people click sign up, it's going to take them to that Google Forms link to sign up for your newsletter. Automation tweets, continuously going out to invite people to sign up. Make sure that every day you're putting out there the invitation to sign up. Make sure that you're inviting them. Let them know what they're going to get with your newsletter. So if you're offering tips, if you're offering advice, helpful articles, motivational videos, tutorials, whatever you're offering within your newsletter, let them know what they're going to get. You can use IFTTT to schedule right within your Google Calendar. And that is free. I put that in the chat. You can use that to set up continuous tweets. You don't want the same tweet to be going out, so you will have to come up with a list of different tweets. You can connect your Twitter directly to your Facebook, so whatever you tweet also goes to your Facebook page, or you can make it go out on your Facebook page, however you want to do that. Anytime you get a client, add them to your list. If they don't like what they're getting from you, they'll unsubscribe. But you want to also let them know that you're subscribing them to your list. You can put a little disclaimer that says, you know, when you become my client, I also sign you up to my newsletter. If you don't want to get that, you can unsubscribe. As simple as that. That way they don't mark you as spam, but they know what they're going to get. Every chance you get, promote your newsletter. You're building your list. You're building your tribe. What I mean by that is don't just go out and grab emails from anyone. You want to make sure that the people that are on your list are those that you would actually want to work with as clients. Target your ideal client. Think about who you're actually wanting to work with, what type of business owner you actually want to work with, and that's who you're targeting. That's who you want to be on your list, because you're going to be sending promotions, you're going to be sending articles that are going to be relevant to those people. So that's who you want to be on your list. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense to actually do that.
Are those tips helpful to you in promoting? Is there any questions?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to do to actually promote the newsletter without actually sending it for people, and they actually
Okay.
they unsubscribe.
Yes.
So since I can do pop-ups and the sign-up forms and the now know about the automation tools.
Yes. And the thing is you don't have to use Twitter. You can use Facebook if you'd rather. Whatever social media platform you're using, you just want to be daily putting it out there that, hey, I have a list. I do have a newsletter that I'm sending. If you can offer them a welcome email, let them know how often they're going to be hearing from you. That way they're not surprised if they get 3 emails a week, or however many emails that you're going to send per week, per month, however you do that. That way they know to expect that. But don't spam your list either. Nobody likes to go in and open their inbox to find 10 emails from the same person. I know I've been getting a lot of emails lately from people that say, oops, sent the wrong link. That's a gimmick to get people to open a new email with new information. Now, sometimes, yes, they have sent the wrong link, and that's fine. However, don't overuse that as a way to get people to open your emails. What I'm saying is just be careful. So make sure that you're pitching to your ideal clients through your newsletter. Your newsletter is a way to promote your services. So make sure that when you're sending out an email, you include those promotions. They're going to expect it. That's your business. That is your newsletter. The people that you're sending it to, they are your tribe. They signed up to get that newsletter. They're going to expect to get promotions from you. So include a graphic in there, include a link to your services page, include a link to your scheduler so that they can sign up for a time for you to go through their business with them. However you want to do it. Your goal is to actually use your newsletter to bring clients in. That's what the goal of a newsletter is.
Because I use the same scheduler you use, Accutio.
Okay.
Right? I find it nice. I like it. I want to purchase, I want to upgrade because there's certain things like they added something with Zoom now.
Right.
Where you can integrate Zoom. So every time somebody signs up, they get a link for your Zoom,
Right.
Right? So I want to upgrade it, maybe at the end of this month, not in this month, maybe September, right? I like it a lot because, and then I had kind of, it's on my Facebook page. So if they go to my page, they can book a time. They get it in my email. Plus, I even put it in on my page itself, my Twitter. The next video I do, I am going to I will include it in my video, because when I did my introduction video on Facebook, I didn't include my where you can book a time with me. But I am, you know, I decided not to rush. I'm taking my time, like with gaining clients and stuff,
Right.
because I kind of get frustrated when you see I don't get a response. Like I have a client that I'm supposed to. He wants me to get an email list of 1,000. Well, he want me to start at 1,000 um, personal um, personal fitness people, because he has a kind of it's a sporting company, so he's looking for recruits like fitness coaches and stuff. So I somebody told me to Google. In order to get the email list, I'll have to Google by state, but I kind of had. It's real tough. So I'm hoping to do that this weekend for him.
Okay. We've already talked about the integrations that you can use with your newsletter sign up forms. So just make sure that whatever software you decide to use, whether it's MailChimp, MadMimi, Google, Infusionsoft, whatever it is, integrates with your blog, your website, and your social media, because all of those outlets are what you're going to be using to collect people's emails. Set up pop-ups on your site. If you use SumoMe, you can use a welcome mat, which shows up first before it'll actually show your site. So it shows an option for people to sign up directly for your email or for your newsletter before they actually get to see your site. They can click off of that. It's not like they have to sign up for it to see your site. You don't want to make it that way, because otherwise, you're not going to get people to actually view your site, and you do want people to see what you're offering. So integrate email collections right on your fan page on Facebook with signups. I know you mentioned that you have the booking link, and that's fine too. So if you have that, then you want to make sure that you're also putting out their options through automated status updates, that you have a newsletter. And here is where you can go to sign up for it. You put the link. That way people can go and sign up for your email list. So that is the end of today's coaching. This is the ways that you can connect with me. And I think, Denisha, you are pretty much connected.
The same Woman Boss magazine thing, right?
Yes.
I got the emails. I went in and everything, but I don't know what else to do. I'm lost.
Okay.
Because
right, well,
I said I wanted to be featured, and when I got all the information today, I went in, I signed up, I do this, and I was like, okay, so now where do I start to put in my stuff?
Okay.
And I was lost there.
Okay, so we might have to actually set up another time to talk about that.
Yes.
Because I actually have another appointment that I've got to get to right now. But I might be able to actually send you a video that can kind of help you figure that out.
No problem.
And we can go from there. But any last questions about setting up a newsletter, promoting it?
Nope, you covered everything.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you joined us.
You designed this on Canva?
Yes.
Okay. Pretty nice.
Okay.
And your logo too?
All right. Well, you have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.